Hello, Year 4. Welcome back to another music lesson. We've got 2 more lessons of creative, fun little projects to do before we come back to school. I'm really excited about this one, and I will tell you why. Let's have a look. I'm going to show you a piece of music today about a creature coming to life, a magical, mythical creature, the Firebird, coming to life. Let's have a little listen. While we are listening to this, I'm going to tell you the story of the old Russian folktale of the Firebird. The Firebird is a magical mythical bird who eats golden apples from the prince's garden. The prince tries to capture the bird, but isn't successful and only manages to get a single feather from her. He goes back to his father, the king, and says, "I saw who was stealing the golden apples." It was this magical Firebird, and the king says, "I must have that bird go out and capture her." So the prince goes on a quest, and of course it's never as easy as you want it to be. He has to go to lots of different kingdoms and try and fulfill lots of different people's quests before he can get access to the Firebird. Along the way, he finds 12 princesses who have been imprisoned by an evil wizard in a secret enchanted garden. Using the Firebird's magical feather, he is able to defeat the evil wizard and save the princesses. And by doing that, he is able to get the Firebird and bring her back home. And the king decides that the Firebird is so beautiful that she should not be kept in a cage, and she is set free. And the piece of music that we are listening to today is a music right from the end of the story when the Firebird is set free. This piece of music was written by this man here. His name is Stravinsky. He was writing music, you can see here, in 1929. So in the 1920s and 30s, he was writing music. He's Russian. And he was commissioned, which means that he was paid by the ballet company in Russia to write a new ballet. The ones that they were doing were kind of getting a bit old and boring. So they decided they wanted a new ballet based on this traditional folk tale from Russia. And so Stravinsky got to work, and that is the music that we are listening to. As I said before, it is a ballet, which means that, excuse me, which means that the music is not only telling a story, it's music to be danced to. So let's have a little watch of a clip from the Firebird ballet now. Fantastic. And if you would like to have a full read of the Firebird story, I'm going to put a link on your home learning to a little story book that is free to read online. And you can have a read. I think it's a great little story. It's really fun. At the end of the story, spoiler alert, the Firebird gets set free. And I'd like us to really have a little listen in the music to the change in atmosphere. towards the end, the music gets really big and beautiful, almost like a kind of golden sunrise. To me, that's what it sounds like. So we're going to watch a clip of the orchestra playing the Firebird piece. And I would like you to try and note that kind of change in atmosphere in the music. Fantastic. Okay, the final thing that's left to do then is this music and this story have been inspiring art for ages and ages and ages, and we are going to use it to inspire our own art. You are going to need a piece of paper, and you are going to need any art supplies. It doesn't matter what you've got in the house. It could be paint, pens, pencils. I used oil pastels because I could read the art cupboard here. Whatever you've got, it doesn't matter, and I'm going to show you what to do. Let's go.
Okay, year 4, like I said before, I have managed to find myself some oil pastels, some white poster paint and a paintbrush, and I'm also going to use a kind of dark coloured backdrop. I think it will kind of make my oil pastel colours pop a little bit more. I'm going to start off by using the side of my pastel to kind of create this tree bush effect, because I want to draw my Firebird picture as if we were in the enchanted forest. So I'm just going to be painting some bushes, as you can see here. I'm adding a couple of colours in just to keep it a little bit more interesting. The dark green doesn't show up against my background very well. escaping pastel. I'm just using the point of the oil pastel to give it some different texture. Using my purple then, I'm going to go in and create some kind of princessy, enchanted castle turrets of a tower. And I'm going to add a kind of gold-looking Russian-style roof. Kind of similar to the roofs that you get on St. Basil's Cathedral. Have a look up if you want to see what that is. But I'm not doing a lot of intense colouring. I want it to look hand-drawn, if that makes sense. And then I'm going to go in with my paintbrush, just to add some little details. I'm going to add some windows to my turrets, and you'll see. Next up, I'm going to continue with my white paint on my paintbrush and just kind of add some visual excitement to my bushes as well. You can kind of see the oil is repelling the paint. I think that gives it quite a cool kind of storybook effect. And now it's time for the big guns, the Firebird. Now, I am not a very good drawer, and I have literally just done a really rough sketch. I wanted to make sure that we get that sweeping wing that we can hear in the music. So I've started off with a really nice big wing in my kind of fiery orange colour. I've added the body. I need to add her other wing and some sweeping fire out of her tail. So keep watching and you will see. And there we have it, my soaring Firebird over her enchanted garden. I've just done this really, really quickly, had the music on while I was drawing. I find that that really, really helps. So I've attached the track onto your home learning sheet. Give it a go. Can't wait to see what you've got.